What got you into mass communications?
Um, Back in high school, I had two teachers, Mr. Weed and Mr. Banky, that really influenced me as a writer. Saw that I had an interest in writing. We talked about career paths quite a bit, and one of them was journalism. And I kind of fell in love with it throughout the rest of my high school career. So, ended up looking at that when I picked colleges.
What is your experience like on RC so far?
I'm a senior, so I've seen pretty much every aspect of RC that I'm gonna see, and I've really enjoyed it. And it's definitely a different school than a lot of other colleges, smaller than a lot of other colleges, but I've really enjoyed the experience here.
Are there any specific activities that on campus that you enjoy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a part of the golf team, the men's golf program at RC. That's been a lot of fun. It's been interesting, but a lot different than what I thought it would be. But I've enjoyed it, what I've gotten out of it. And then Shield Media on campus is the school newspaper, and I've really liked that a lot. So, and then just getting involved in random events that are happening around campus and so on. So,
Do you think that RC stays loyal to the Christian identity, and why?
yeah, I mean, I believe that they do. I think that it's really hard for a college or university to balance the idea of being Christian and education, because you have so many different religions and whatnot. But I think RC does a very good job of being accepting of different, not just people, but religions in a school that is religious. So,
What are your thoughts on Telos?
the chapel this year, I've really enjoyed it. It's been good. It's definitely similar to the other chapels, but the point system's a lot better, I think. So, I don't have a whole lot to say about Telos, but.
What is it like to be a resident or commuter?
So I'm a resident, so I live on campus, and I've been in the dorms for all 4 years that I've been here. And it definitely has its ups and downs. I've had a lot of fun. I've been lucky to have 3 really good roommates, and the situations have been good. But I guess some of the struggles are trying to get maintenance to do stuff can be hard sometimes, but that's about it. Everything else, it's like a family, it's like a community. I really enjoyed it.
How is RC different from any previous experiences at school?
I mean, I grew up in a really small community too, so it's pretty much like high school 2.0 for me. That sounds bad, but it's the experience that I wanted, and I knew that that's what I was giving you when I came into it. So I've only been at RC for my college experience, but it's definitely good.
Which places in Rochester Hills have you visited so far?
I've been pretty much everywhere in Rochester Hills at this point. I'm trying to think. The last stop for me, in my opinion, of like the Rochester Hills area was Yates, and I did that last week with my girlfriend. Else, I've been pretty much everywhere. I've avoided the expensive restaurants because obviously I'm a college student, but all the other places I've eaten pretty much everywhere that you can eat. In 4 years, you kind of expire all options, but it's been a lot of different places.
What would you say is your favorite place in Rochester Hills?
My favorite place, I like food, so La Puma's Coney Island has definitely got a special place in my heart. It's right downtown Rochester. It's right on the river there, the river trail, and it's got good food, and it's not super expensive, and I love the area there.
How would you describe your semester so far?
It's been actually kind of smoother than most semesters because I only am taking 12 credits because I'm getting ready to graduate, and I got way ahead of the curve and took a lot of credits early in my college career, and now it's kind of been smooth sailing. So,
What do you plan on doing after you graduate?
that's actually something that I'm working on right now. Is I've had a few job offers at places and I've turned them down. But I have to decide if I want to enter the journalism field, which was my original goal going into college, but it's kind of a volatile field and there's not a whole lot of options that are affordable for young journalists. So the PR field is something, public relations, that I have been looking at quite seriously. So we'll see what happens.
So if you could work at any publication, what would it be?
See, if you had asked me that a few years ago, I think I would have said ESPN because of the the way that I grew up and watching that and kind of idolizing it. But as I've seen that industry kind of collapse or be a little more, I think ESPN's become a lot more TMZ than it used to be. So I think kind of like a New York Times or Detroit Free Press would be a lot of fun to write for if I'm going to stick in the journalism field. But for public relations, I think probably with like an NBA team or a professional sports team, like Detroit Pistons would be awesome.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.